Yo, 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 yo. Peace to the planet. Peace, power, prosperity. What's going on? I hope everyone that is watching this, that is going to come watch this video on the replay, that is seeing this right now, I hope your solar energy is up. I hope your heart chakra is vibrating. I hope you're saying your ohms. I hope you're breathing in like my man, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart says, breathe in that good ass prana. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're having a great day and preparing to have a great weekend. We're going to get started soon. I'm going to let some people get in the building while I also pull up, these comments so I can see what y'all talking about, and we're going to get started, all right? So give me 1 second. Just review this, turn this down. All right. Shout out to Raymond L. Shout out to Shunice. Shout out to Soul Matters, okay? We're going to get this in. Let me just type in if you want to donate, support the cause. As you guys know, when you guys, you should see, those of you who've been following me for a little while, those of you who may be watching this for the first time or watching me for the first time, what I do is I am going to talk about astrology. Particularly the way I talk about astrology is cosmology, which is basically understanding the universe. And astrology comes under cosmology. But when you're studying the cosmos, you're not only looking at the planets, you're not only looking at the star alignment, but you're also looking at the deities at work, what the ancient Cometians or Egyptians would call the Netzeru, right? You're looking at the different signs and symbols that may be in place worldwide that may be showing you, because as above, so below. So we live on the planet. We're made of 75% water. The earth is made of 75% water. So things that happen in the planet are directly reflections of things that are also happening within us, right? As outside in, right? The law of polarity. Hopefully you guys have studied the Kabbalion from the last video that I dropped. Those of you who have been following me. If you haven't, it's okay. It's still time for you to get a hand on the Kabbalion or look it up online. You can look it up for free. You could download the PDF of the Kabbalion for free online so you could understand the principles of 7 universal laws, right? The law of mentalism, the law of vibration, the law of polarity, the law of gender, the law of cause and effect. What else am I forgetting? Law of gender, the law of cause and effect, vibration, polarity, mentalism. I'm missing 2. I'll get them. I'm missing 2. Somebody could put them, if you know them, should put them in the comments. But basically, this is all the law of cause and effect. Most importantly, right? That's another one. I'm missing 1 now, but it'll come to me as that one just did, right? But let me put this up real quick, and I'll get to y'all. Let me know where you are. If you are in this chat, what you're doing. We're going to get started soon. I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. Y'all know I'll be going like 2 hours and a half, especially when I'm in spirit or inspired, right? So I'm feeling the same way right now, but I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. Right now, whether you know it or not, you're under a frequency generator. You're vibrating on 33 hertz right now. So if you're listening to me, you are being vibrationally upgraded. There's 33 hertz playing in the background. You may not hear it, right? But it is playing. So it is affecting you vibrationally. So shout out to you for tuning in, okay? Because I'm only here to help, inspire, and help all of us, including myself, because when I teach, I learn, grow, all right? So let me just put this in on my Cash App and we get started. And while I'm doing this, let me know where you're from. I'm about to look at the comments right now. Okay, peace to Titan Olmec Warrior. All right. So we got a couple people in the building. All right, let's get this popping. Okay. Let me just keep this up so I can see. All right, so it's a very, very interesting time, y'all. Let's first and foremost, before we even go into the full moon being in Aquarius, right? Us being in Leo season, this is really a sun season and an air season, right? We're going to go into some of the events that are happening recently. so that we can kind of see again what's going on. We're dealing with cosmology, studying the whole cosmos. So we want to understand what's going on in the world and see how that's reflecting in the astrology of today, right? And see if it all links up or if it all makes sense or I'm just talking out my ass, right? So let's get into that. So I have some notes. I'm going to look at my notes, then I'm going to look at y'all. But I'm going to get into the notes. So these are some recent events that have happened this year. I'm starting from the top, the most egregious that we may have forgotten. Well, actually, we're going to start from the baseline, right? Which I've been talking about the last couple of videos if you've been following my lives, which is the Great Conjunction on December 21st, 2020, all right? And Jupiter and Saturn align. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, right? And Saturn, the planet of restriction, discipline, order, karma. Breaking out karma real quick. I told you this before. Karma is planting a seed and watching it grow. Karma is lighting a candle for your ritual and seeing things manifest. Karma is the law of attraction. Law of attraction, basic formula of the law of attraction is thoughts, which rule the mind, plus emotions, which rule the body, generate a frequency, electromagnetic field. You guys have been following me, know I talk about this all the time, which is what spiritualists or shamans or mystics would call an aura, right? That aura, again, magnetically attracts things to you. You don't get, when you're engaged in the law of attraction, you don't necessarily get what you want, right? You don't get what you want. You get who you are. You get what your heartbeat says you are. If you think you're going to be doing these rituals, right? If you think you're going to be working with deities, working with the Netzeru, which are Egyptian deities, right? If you think you're going to be tapped into the Orishas, if you think you're going to be tapped into the ancestors, right? But this is not you, right? This ain't really you. You're not really doing any type of spiritual work. You might wear some crystals, right? You might watch a YouTube video, but you ain't doing no meditation. You ain't doing no rituals. You ain't got no altar set up. You ain't trying to change your behavior. You're not trying to improve your character. You're not tapping into your higher self. You're not setting no goals, right? None of that shit matters. That you're woke. That's being woke, okay? Shout out to Dreamwise. He always says this. Fuck woke. Do work, okay? Do the work. So if you're doing the work, then these things will come online. However, what we want to look at in this particular timeline that we are in Leo season is, again, just look at these events, see how they adding up, see what's going on. And again, we're going back to December 21st, when you wanted those superpowers, all right? When you said to yourself, I'm going to be this. I want to manifest this. I want to be clairvoyant. I want to be clairaudient. I want to be clairsentient. Shit. I want to be invisible. Whatever you said you wanted to do. I want to fly out in space with my hands, right? And flap them like birds, right? Whatever you said you wanted to do, how egregious or silly or magnificent or how realistic it may be, you are currently being challenged, as I know I am, as I know you are, right? Because, you know, as I am, we are, Ubuntu, right? We are currently going through a lot of changes. All of us. Things are changing in our relationships. Things are changing in our careers. Things are changing in where we live, right? The eviction moratorium is about to end for people who are getting rent assistance during COVID. A lot of people are about to be evicted. They're going to lose their homes, okay? A lot of things are happening right now that deal with change, that deal with transformation. We know what's going on with the cryptocurrencies, right? We see the monetary system, the stock market. Those of you who've been following stocks know the stock market's been kind of tweaking lately, right? A lot of downs, very little ups, right? Where we had a big upsurge starting in the beginning of the year, right? Those of you who follow stocks and stuff like that. So if you look at what's happening, right? Again, we're starting off December 20th, right? Things were changing. So what happened? Let's start with the beginning. First thing that happened was they rioted, right after New Year. These people, these crackers, I'm just calling them crackers. If you white, you following me. You may not be a cracker, of course, if you follow me. But, you know, there's different type of white people. Let's keep it real, right? There's some who are black and reincarnated in a white vessel so that they could make a difference in this timeline. And again, a lot of y'all don't realize, and I've said this in 2020, but a lot of y'all don't realize y'all are so based in being black. Black is not even the word you should say. You should call yourself melanated from now on, right? And I think I'm gonna play a video from Sadhguru. Maybe not. That's gonna take too much time. But you should check out this video by this guy Sadhguru, and it's called "Why You Should Never Wear Black." And he talks about the term black. And you could look this up in a dictionary. This is basic Malcolm X movie watching information. But the term black means what? Death, destruction, you know, everything negative, being dying, you know what I'm saying? Things that are bleak, right? You should never want to call yourself that. Words are spells. Words have frequency, vibration, and not only that, words create shapes. Okay, the words you say create actual geometric shapes. They have a science called cymatics, okay? And cymatics is the science of sound creating actual shapes, actual structures, okay? Dr. Masaru Emoto, I told you guys about this in my last video, where he would label water, right? Do these water experiments, label water with love, label one with hate, label one with joy, label one with pain, right? And you saw the difference between labeling the one with joy is how things will grow and how the water will be clear, and labeling things with hate, how the water will be murky and things wouldn't grow, right? So he came up with the idea, no, not the idea, he surmised based on experimentation that the energy that you put forth, right, creates an actual change in the physical environment of who you are. So words create shapes. Words create light. Words create sounds, okay? So you have to really be careful of what you're saying to yourself, what you're saying about yourself, how you're affirming yourself, and how you talk to yourself, most important, okay? You stop, I said this in one of my other videos too, you stop praying, right? Y'all got so anti-religious, some of y'all. So anti-religious. You stop praying, which is cool. I get it. You don't want to pray to Jesus. I don't pray to Jesus either, right? You don't want to pray to Allah anymore. I get it. I ain't praying to Allah either, right? But at the same time, prayer, the word prayer is connected with the word prana. Prana is air or breath, right? So when you're saying words, think about it. You can't see the air that comes out of your mouth, right? You can't see when I'm talking, I can't see the air and what's going on, right? It's unseen. It is under the sphere, the third, I might be getting too deep, but it's under the sphere of Bina or Kalima, or what the Egyptians might call Seker. This is that dark energy, and this is Saturnian energy, which you'll get in that satanic or Saturnian energy where there's law and order, right? A lot of y'all think because you've been conditioned by Christianity that this Satan figure, right, is just this, or this Satan imagery and this deity of this red person with horns, right, is this big, scary, spooky character, right? But how many of y'all have done somebody dirty? How many of y'all have misled people? How many of y'all have been in situations with people you really don't like, but may have strung them along, right? You may have been in a situation with some, with my point is this. We've all been on the side of Satan at some point in life, especially those of us that's gone through the hood and had to survive. We've all done things that may not have been unsavory, right? You may have taken something from the store that wasn't yours, right? You may have, you know what I'm saying? You may have told somebody that they were skinny when they weren't really skinny, right? We've all done things on that wavelength. And that is really, when you're looking at the Satan with the horns or things like that, that's really just a representative of the root chakra or lower vibrations. And that's how y'all need to see it. Not that this is something that's scary, because if it's scary, right? If Set or Satan is scary to you, then guess what? When you look at an image like that, emotionally, you're tied to fear. You're tied to fear. If you see an image of the Baphomet, right, and you're still scared at this point, if you see an image of Satan and you still feel away, if you see little Nas X with his blood shoes, right, and he's this demonic imagery, quote unquote, that he has, and you still feel away, you still have a lot of work to do. You're still caught in, and I've been talking about this again lately, you're still caught in the Masonic chessboard. You're still caught in between polarities, and you're still able to be manipulated on polarities without realizing that both polarities must exist. Some of your hardest struggles have made you the person you are today. Some of the worst breakups you've had have made you the person you are today. Remember that, okay? Some of the harshest situations that you went through have made you the person that you are today. You need that negative energy. You need haters. You need people not to like you. You need the person at your job to fuck with you. You need to have a relationship that may be bad, right? Some of your soulmates are there to enlighten your, to open up a chakra. And it may be the worst, most abusive, most mentally disturbing relationship you ever had. But guess what? That's going to open up that chakra, that mental energy, that solar plexus, which is what we're talking about, to get you to where you need to go. So y'all know I'll be going off on tangents a little bit, but this is the channel that's coming through. So I'm going to follow the channel as I should. All right. So let me tap in with y'all a little bit. Make sure I'm making sense. All right. Peace to great goodness goddess. Okay. Yeah, Shanice, we tapped in. We tapped into that Nip energy. Nip was a Leo. Nipsey's a Leo. All right. My last video I did yesterday, pardon me. Oh, on the water. Just to let y'all see what it is. All right. And, well, it's because my hands, but it's right. I am fearless. All right. Charge your water up. All right. Charge your water up. Words matter. All right. And if you are here, please hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Kind of. So prayer, when you're talking about prayer or praying, all right. So let me see if I'm missing anything. All right, I think I got everything. Great goodness, goddess, what's up? Vincent, what's up? Love yourself, Tarot. Love yourself, Tarot. What's up? All right. If you're here, you know, you can type in the comments. I will give you a shout out. All right. So, and I hope, and I want to be clear about, because somebody had emailed me about, you know, the whole thing about, you know, Satan and evil and all that. You know what I'm saying? They got it. They both poles must exist. The same way you have sunshine and the same way you have rain. It's a law. It's the law of polarity. I didn't make it. Well, I did, because I am one with the God force. But, you know, this is the structure. This is what we're under as we incarnate here in this physical vessel, right? We have an upper and lower. We even have upper and lower parts of our body, right? Like they say, don't think with your, what they tell men all the time, don't think with your penis, right? Don't think with your dick, right? You're going to, because you're not going to make wise decisions when you're just thinking of lust, when you're just in your animal, your inner animal. You just want to get something, right? And the same thing with a woman, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, hey, take your time, wait, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Don't rush, et cetera, right? Things like that. So that you're not just being ruled by your animal, so that if you do make a decision, that the decision is made by this head and not this head. And women, your other head is just your clitoris, right? So polarity exists in all things, and you have to understand that. You cannot be emotionally tied to anything, really, that does not serve you well, okay? So if you're emotionally tied to fear, right, sometimes you got to challenge yourself. You got to challenge yourself. There's times, kings and queens, where I had a big fear of heights, right? And I challenged myself to go to the corner of tall buildings and look down. Shook, scared as hell. Challenged myself to go through tall buildings and look down. You gotta accept challenges. If you're scared of heights, if you're scared of rats, you might have to watch videos with rats and be disgusted for a little while, right? Eventually, if you've ever tried to stop someone, let's say you're in a relationship, right? And you were really close to someone, right? And in this particular relationship was a real strong bond, but you knew it was toxic. You know it wasn't going to work. You know it wasn't going to go anywhere. You have to put yourself in a position to say, regardless of the emotional connection, right? Because this is what we're talking about. Energy and motion, emotional connections, right? The string that holds us together, right? If you look at my last video, I talked about string theory a little bit. But the string that holds us together, the connection. Once you sever that connection, in the occult, they call it cord cutting. And when we talk about the occult, Again, I'm not talking about anything creepy that's going to scare you. Occult just means hidden. It's not common knowledge. They're going to give you Jesus and Allah all day. The reason they give you Jesus and Allah all day because you ain't got to do nothing. You could just follow them. And that's what they want, right? And I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion. If you're a Christian, you're Muslim, whatever you are, I support that. But if you're on my channel, I'm going to tell you what's real. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason that they give you Christianity is because you ain't got to do shit. Oh, if all I got to do is pray and go to church one day a week, and I can eat what I want, I could live how I want, I could be disrespectful as possible, I could be as low character as possible, I could have no morals, right? Like stand for nothing, fall for anything, right? But then after the end of my life, and this is what a lot of people go through, you'll see people dying and bopping and thugging and drugging, right? Through their whole life. Then when they get 75, 70, you know what I'm saying, 65, realizing that life is about to end, that life force that animates this body is about to go away, then they start to change, right? And your life force is gone, man. What, and who are you really? And again, this is not to knock anybody that older that may be watching this, or of a certain age that may be watching this. But at a certain point, you know you don't have the same impact. You know that your life force is going away. You don't have the same energy, especially if you haven't taken care of yourself. So you can't impact the planet the way you could when you had the full vitality of your youth, right? When you have the full vitality of you being a certain age. So the key and the thing about this particular life is you are accountable for what you do on a day-to-day basis, spiritually. Now, you may not be accountable to your friends. You may not be accountable to your family. You may not be accountable to your work or your business or whatever, right? You may not even be accountable, you know what I'm saying, to shit, paying your own bills or whatever the case is, or shit like that, right? You got the government, and again, ain't nothing wrong with the government paying. I wish I could get some Section 8, but you may have the government paying your bills. You may have the government giving you food stamps, right? Nothing. Again, I'm not judging. I've lived in the project on the food stamps and all that, so I understand, right? But at the same time, right, what are you doing to grow? What are you doing? It's not about, I'm just saying overall. It's not about food stamps. I'm just saying this overall. What are you doing to grow? What are you doing to become better on a day-to-day basis? What are you doing to become the best version of yourself on a day-to-day basis? The best version of yourself is, and I'll see how the channel goes, the best version of yourself is mental. And I was telling one of my clients this earlier today, mental. How am I getting smarter? How am I getting more intelligent? What am I learning? What am I watching on YouTube? Who am I following on Instagram? Who am I following on Facebook? Who am I following on Twitter? Are these people, are these things inspirational? Inspirational is in spirit. So this is a mental thing. What am I doing to get my mind right? What new term am I using? What new thing am I learning? Right? What new ideas am I getting? What new creativity? This is the mental work, right? We're dealing with the left brain when we're dealing with that. Or what the occultists would call the left-hand path, which is the path of action, right? And mental, physical, okay? What does your health look like? How, you know what I'm saying? Health. Basic, yeah, your body, nigga, your body. Health. What does your health look like? All right? What does your health look like? What do you eat on a day-to-day basis? The sun is out. Sun is out, fun is out, people are tripping and dipping and all that. I support it. I will be too. And I have been, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But that's all good to go to an island. And you know what I'm saying? I see y'all Instagrams and all that. It's great to go to an island. It's great to travel. It's great to get away. You see my Instagram, you know I do that. You know I be moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? However, going to a beach is not the only thing that's going to clean your soul. It's a temporary hit. Going to a beach, going to an island, it's a temporary hit. You're going to feel great for a minute, but that's not the only thing that's going to cleanse your soul, right? You need more than just rest and relaxation. You need more than that. You need to have goals goals. You need to have a plan. You need to do physical work. And this physical work is going to be entailing whatever your career is, right? Getting your money, getting your bread right, getting your abundance, getting your workout on, getting your fitness somehow, shape, or form. Just having sex is not fitness enough, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Just making love, that's not fitness enough. You got to do more than that. All right. And again, this is not to knock anybody, because we all go through ups and downs. This is just the ideal of the day, the ideal of what you're doing when you're serious about this path. Okay. There's a lot of negative influences out here. There's a lot of negative energy out here. The same way as the church told you the devil doesn't take a day off, you can't really take a day off. I was talking to, again, my client this morning, and shout out to you. I'm not going to reveal who you are, so if you're watching this, don't feel offended. But, we were just talking about, she was like, I've been depressed a lot. We've been talking for a couple of months. She was like, I've been depressed, and, things don't seem to go right, and blah, blah, blah. And I've gave her tools, I gave her techniques, some of the same things I've given y'all, right? And I just had to ask her today. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Leo season, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, are you implementing the things that I've told you for real? Or do you just like, and I didn't say this, but in my head, I'm like, do you just like the sound of my voice? Like, do you just hear me for the temporary church hit? Like when you go to church on Sunday, you get that little church hit, right? And the preacher and stirring the organs, and you all hype and shit, right? And then you give your currency, because it's always an exchange of energy, right? So you give your currency in the form of an offering, right? Because again, it's always an exchange of energy, no matter what you do. Even watching me, there's an exchange of energy here, right? Sacred energy exchange at that, right? But what are you doing physically? And the last, not least, right, is spiritual. Okay? Spiritual. So physical, your money, your coins, right? Your home, root chakra shit, right? And how you take care of your body. Okay? You can't be eating all this fucking. Now I understand, finances, because I've been there myself. Finances restrict you to sometimes eating certain things, right? But if you got food stamps, not really, right? And now they're making a lot of things affordable. You know what I'm saying? Healthy food doesn't always taste the best, but you can make it taste the best. And I'm not saying you got to eat healthy every single day, but if you're eating burgers every day, if you're eating pork every day, if you're eating bullshit every day, then how do you expect to maximize your life force when you're in an avatar body? If you got a Lamborghini or Ferrari and you're putting regular gas in it, you ain't going, that Ferrari's going to break down. You're not going to get the maximum if you put regular gas in it, right? You got to put that premium, baby. You got to put that super to get the most out of your Ferrari or your Lambo or your shit, even your motherfucking Benz, right? So spiritually, right? So that's physical. Spiritual. So spiritual is stuff like this, right? Doing your meditation, working with your altars, wearing crystals, right? Tapping into the energy of the day. I got yellow on, right? I told you this is Leo season. Nip, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the ancestor Nip, right? So channeling energy, right? Energy. The spiritual game is an energy game. All mental, physical, and spiritual. Mental, physical, they all energy, right? Everything is energy. But primarily when you're dealing with spirituality, you're dealing with harnessing and invoking energy. And that's what this solar season is about. All right? Let me tap in with y'all, see if anybody else is here on the live chat. All right. And if you are here again, hit that like button. Let's see, where am I at as far as time? I don't want to be on here forever. All right. So let me get into some of this stuff. So as I was stating, for spirit to go. So happened in the beginning of December 21st, 2020. You had goals, you had dreams, you had desires. Maybe you even made New Year's, all right? New Year's resolutions, okay? It's past the halfway point, all right? How far have you gotten on those New Year's resolutions? How far have you gotten in manifesting these spiritual powers that you said you want? What type of work have you put in, okay? So after the Great Conjunction, we see the riots happen, right? Not the riots, but the running into the Capitol building by the crackers, right? we saw that happen, which was a big thing, right? Change, you know. And you know, that event was a shocking event, but we really didn't have nothing to do with it. That was really for Europeans, Caucasians. That was really an event for Caucasians to see that they don't give a fuck about you either, really. You know what I'm saying? If you're a poor white person, they don't really care about you. The whole racism game is a game at the end of the day. There's no such thing as white supremacy or white privilege. Stop saying that shit. That's a spell in itself. White supremacy and white privileges, those are verbal spells. They create shapes in the universe. So when you're saying white privilege and white supremacy, you're giving power to those ideas. It's racism, plain and simple. Racism. Ain't no such thing as white. That's fancy words so that you can't say racism so that white people aren't uncomfortable for being racist. No, fucking racism. That's it. All right, we need to stop using these terms that are given to us that don't make sense, that empower other people. We wonder why these people are building, you know what I'm saying, or going to space and building statues and monuments and different things, and we still talking about, yeah, we built pyramids. Yeah, we have Black Wall Street. We wonder why we're not innovating. We wonder why we're not creating like we used to. We wonder why we're not developing like we used to. We're wondering why we're not creating infrastructure like we used to. Please don't tell me nothing about no white man, okay? Please don't tell me nothing about the government. Please don't tell me nothing about COINTELPRO. This is 2021. You got the internet. This is 2021. You could go wherever you want on this planet. As long as you got a plan and you are able to make some money, guess what? You could go. If you got a laptop, guess what? You could work from anywhere on the planet. There's no excuses anymore. There's no limits anymore. You could be behind the screen. Guess what? You could be behind the screen. Get an avatar of a white person, right? Get an avatar of a white person. I've done this. I ain't gonna tell y'all what. Get an avatar of a white person. Get some products. Go on Facebook. Create a Facebook Facebook marketplace, and you can start selling shit to them, and they will never know who you are. Do you know how many Trump T-shirts I sold when Trump was popping? 2 white people had no idea I was a black man. Not a clue. Not one clue. Nobody want to hear about that victim shit no more. Nobody want to hear Black Lives Matter. If I got to tell you Black Lives Matter, then I don't matter. If I got to tell my girl, yo, I'm important, I'm powerful, I'm great, then I really don't. Then I don't know. She should be able to recognize that from the gate and be able to tell me that. She should be able to. She should be seeing that in me. Right? That should already be known because of the respect she has for who I am and what I've done. But the thing is, we have to earn our respect, melanated being. We got to earn our respect. And this is not to say there's not going to be obstacles, but there's obstacles for the African. He's black, quote unquote, right? He's black, melanated, right? For the Jamaican and Caribbean, or the people from the Caribbean, they're black, right? The dark-skinned Mexicans and Puerto Ricans that come here, the dark-skinned Indians, right, that come here, because there's dark skin in every culture except European. There's dark skinned people, right? So these people come here to America and maximize and build. There's African stores here in New York, right? There's Jamaican people that have stores here in New York. There are Asian people who have stores here in New York. There's Hindu people who have, and these are people that have more than an outlier of a business. They're building things. They're passing things on to the next generation. They are building legacy. And we are still talking about Kevin Samuels and relationships in 2021. Not knocking that, right? Not knocking people who want to be in a great relationship. But your relationship is supposed to build based on you. You are doing something, right? I don't want to be in a relationship, right? And I'm not looking or anything like that. I'm just saying, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that is not on this path. I've been there, done that, won't do it again. If you're not really about this path, you're not really about this life, then, you know what I'm saying? You might hang out. You might slide, but I ain't gonna take you really seriously. I can't. Because I'm on a certain trajectory, and I need you to be on a certain trajectory with me. If you're a woman, I need you to be all set so that you can help me become Heru. I need you to be Isis, so therefore I could be Horus. Or matter of fact, or so I could be Osiris, actually. Right? But my inner child, also being that I'm a man, right? My inner child, my Heru, got to be nurtured by the woman that I'm with. And the way the woman that I'm with is going to nurture my Heru, because I understand now, and I've showed y'all in my past videos, relationships, I understand now that a woman that's with a man that's into divinity has to mostly provide wisdom and give birth to an idea. All right? Help give birth to ideas. Help me give birth to ideas, and also while I'm giving birth to ideas as well. So what are we really doing with all these relationships and this and that when we ain't even on our game plan? You just want somebody to occupy your time because you don't want to face yourself in the mirror. I've been there, I've done it, I know. Don't lie to me. All right. Let's continue going. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. If you are here, please hit that like button. All right. So let's get into some more of what's going on. Okay. So there's flooding in New York City earlier this year. All right. Well, actually a couple weeks ago. New York City was flooded. I've never seen flooding like this here ever. Not since I've been alive or since I've been aware. You know what I'm saying? As a I don't know, preteen to teen to grown up. I haven't lived here all my life, but I've always come back here. And I haven't never seen flooding like that, where the train is flooded and people are walking with sacks. Never, right? Signs and symbols. We're in the sign of Aquarius. All right, we're in the age of Aquarius. Sorry, Aquarius is the water bearer. This full moon is in Aquarius, okay? Water bearing, okay? Even though it is an air sign, it's still dealing with pouring the cup of water onto the earth, right? So Aquarius, if you look at the sign of Aquarius, it's a man, Ganymede, pouring that cup of water onto the earth, right? And there's flooding right now in Western Europe, okay? Western Europe is getting flooded. A lot of these spots that are getting flooded have a big history of racism, okay? Big history of racism, all right? And don't think New York ain't racist because it's a melting pot, because it damn sure is. Flooding in Western Europe. There's flooding in Detroit as well, okay? Flooding in Detroit. Flooding in China, okay? China is being flooded currently. Big flood, right? Right after COVID, now they're dealing with flooding. Crazy, right? Or is that universal karma? Or is that heart, right? Flooding in Germany. Okay, so Germany is being flooded. So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places that have flooding. And the flooding in Germany is terrible. I mean, it's the flooding in China and the flooding in Germany, like thousands upon thousands of people are losing their home. Many people are dying, right? So this is not a joke, right? Then these are things that are unprecedented. What else? Oh, even before that, remember when we had those of you who are in Texas with the freezing weather, with the snow out of nowhere, with the freezing temperatures out of nowhere. The environment is changing, okay? But there's water being bared in these streets. Aquarius energy is being bared in these streets, okay? Also, record temperatures worldwide, okay? Record temperatures worldwide, okay? And it's either extremely hot, extreme rain, or extreme cold. But we've had record temperatures this year. But a lot of these record temperatures have been since the summer started because of these different solar flares that's been hitting the Earth. Right now, today, there's a solar flare that is hitting the planet. More energy for you to harness and utilize, okay? Um, there's a heat wave out west. Those of you who are on the West Coast, shout out to Shanice, all right? Those of you on the West Coast know that there's record temperatures, right? I think in San Joaquin, I may be pronouncing that wrong. There has been there's a drought, actually. That's how hot that they don't even have water in the wells, right? There's fires all over. So it's funny that in the East, there's a lot of the flooding, right? That's happening. Even the East Coast here, right? Detroit, well, Detroit is Midwest, but there's flooding in New York, you know what I'm saying? Germany, China, Belgium, all these Eastern places, right? But in the West, there's fire, right? So it's just a balance of energy, right? It's very, very, very balanced energy. So there's fires out west. What else? Heat waves. This big fire in Oregon that they can't put out right now that's happening. Where it's really crazy what's happening. I saw something where a cloud was like on the ground. I don't know if it was fake or doctored or whatever, but it was like a whole cloud was on the ground. If you saw that, drop it in the comments, right? There's also people, a lot of there's 80 fires actually going on in the West Coast currently, right now, as we speak. 80 fires. Okay, the number 8 is the number of building and destroying. Number 8 is the cycle. On the Magician Tarot card, you see that the 8 is like this, but it's what do you say? Horizontal, right? So the 8 is horizontal, and it just deals with the cycles. It's the infinity symbol, because infinity is all about building and destroying, right? There's always changes. There's always things that's happening. There's always things that shift, right? Chaos energy, for lack of a better word, right? Because the universe is ultimately chaotic, right? It has law and order, but there are things that happen within that law and order that shock us all, okay? There's there's uprisings in South Africa. All right, you may have seen that where they have, and also you see the assassinations of these different presidents. The president of Burundi, right, that didn't want to take the jab or didn't want to give his people the jab, right, the Roni jab. The president of Tanzania, Burundi, both of them got assassinated for that. You see the president of Haiti, literally 2 weeks after the president of Haiti was assassinated, they brought in the Roni jab for them, right? So, and also the king of Swaziland dipped off, right? Because he don't want to get clapped, right? And they rolling in the what you call it? They rolling in the jab there too. So there's and also in South Africa, there's just big uprisings happening, big upheavals happening, right? A popular president got locked up. So again, the terrain is changing. There's a lot of changes happening. There's a lot of advantages for melanated people. Okay. A lot of things that are the solar, becoming a solar superhero is about you becoming the best version of yourself in spite of all odds, against all means, like the God Malcolm said. All right. So there's an uprising in Cuba, right, where they're tired of the embargoes, right? They're going crazy in Cuba, right? There's also an uprising in Europe, this place called Georgia in Europe, where they're fighting. So there's a lot of people that are not going for what's been happening. It's the age of Aquarius, okay? New ideas, new thinking, uniqueness, right? People don't want to not wear their bonnets in the airports. They want to do what they want, okay? So new idea, changes are happening. All right. Women, right? There's another significance. Whenever you see women to start to get rights or women to start to move things forward, that means that the universe is changing, because the women represent the divine mother. Women represent the emotional aspect of the universe, energy and motion. Women represent that offset energy, that birthing of something new, right? Women give birth to kids, that birthing of something new. So women also represented that the womb of the universe, the divine universe, dark matter or dark mother, right? So women in Mecca, right, in Mecca have been soldiers for the pilgrimage of the pilgrimage of Muslims who go to the Kaaba. And we know the Kaaba is a black stone in Mecca, big black stone. But that's also going back into Kemet, Ka being the spirit and Ba being the body. So Ka is spirit. The Kaaba really means spirit body, right? And ironically, it's a dark stone, right? Pay attention. But what they're doing is now they're having, before it was only men that was security there, only men. You know how the Muslim countries are already. But now they're having women during security. This just happened 2 days ago, right? Or I read it 2 days ago. It's a recent story. That's significant. That's very significant, okay? That shows that there are changes happening, all right? So I'm saying all this, right? Oh, and we'll get into that show. But Jeff, we'll get into that. I'm saying all this to say that becoming a solar superhero, the energy that's on this planet, we just went through Cancer season, right? Cancer season was about, as you guys have been following me, working with that childhood trauma. I showed you guys the video with my mom and how we healed and things like that. Doing the things that are going to help you alleviate that childhood trauma. All right, that's what the Cancer season was about. But now we're stepping into Leo season, and the lessons you've learned, right, or haven't learned, are coming online. We're in the dog days of summer up until August 11th, right, representing that dog star energy, right, or that Dogon energy, right, or that God energy, right, wisdom, strength, and beauty. So these things are coming online. These challenges are happening. There's also a retrograde of Pisces and Neptune. So you got to be careful. That you could be in high escapism right now, trying to avoid all the problems through drinking, through drugging, through sex, through partying, through watching Netflix all day, trying to avoid your responsibilities, trying to avoid your problems, trying to avoid ways to change, right? But we're in this full moon is in Aquarius, and guess who else is retrograde in Aquarius? Saturn. Good old Saturn, good old Set, good old Satan, which is why Loki, right, and Marvel just came out. If you guys have been following the Loki series, and I think when I do this full launch of my website, where I'm gonna do it with y'all on a live, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna do a Loki decoded, because I can't do it here because they're gonna censor the video and shit like that. But I'm gonna do a Loki decoded for some things that y'all need to see, because it'll be too much for me to get into. But yeah, that set energy is alive and well, and that set energy is not Satan how you think it is. It's to get your ass disciplined. It's to get your ass in a routine. It's to get your ass in a plan. It's to get your ass to sowing some seeds so that you could grow something for not only your legacy, but your family's legacy, for you to grow into these spiritual powers that you say that you want, for you to become this electromagnetic being where you can magnetize events, places, people, and things that you want. So you could get over the bad relationship. You could get over the bad career. You could get out of the bad neighborhood. You could get out of bad situations. You could get divine inspiration and be guided by inner divine wisdom, which comes from the cosmos, which comes from your ancestors, which comes from within your divine self. Okay? So Jeff Bezos went to space recently. The Virgin co-founder went to space recently. So now they're showing you that the sky is not the limit anymore. The earth is not the limit anymore. We already know that, those of us who are in tune with the occult and the hidden. But now space is opening up to the public. They already been tapped into space, and I'm pretty sure have been time traveling and going through different dimensions, right? With CERN and all those things. But space is opening up, okay? So these things are important. And when you hear about, we're under, also this full moon is a buck moon, right? So, I'm going over that. I'm about to go over the hour. Oh, yeah. See, my music's kicking in. All right. Let me shorten this up. So this full moon is a buck moon, right? So we see that the Milwaukee Bucks, those of us that watch the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks recently won the NBA championship, right? So I always tell y'all, there's no such thing as coincidence, only confirmation. No such thing as coincidence, only confirmations. So when you see deja vu or something like that, where there's a buck moon and the Bucks are winning the championship, it's telling you that the energy on this planet right now is geared towards you becoming great. Hopefully Cancer season, hopefully during the start of this new moon, hopefully you've been working on your childhood traumas. Hopefully you've been doing your shadow work. Hopefully you haven't been avoiding yourself. Hopefully you've been doing in the mirror and setting your affirmations. Hopefully you've been saying your prayers in the morning, right? Just because you left religion, you should not stop praying in the morning. You should always affirm yourself. You should always say, prayer, what were you doing? You were asking God to give you certain things. You were asking God to give you what? Maybe love, patience, you know what I'm saying? Have a good day, whatever it is. You were asking, right? You were making requests. Now that you know and understand, you could make demands of the universe, okay? You could ask the universe, you know what I'm saying? You could talk to your inner God. You can even still call it God. Say God. Ain't nothing wrong. A lot of people that are in this occult lifestyle don't like to say that they're dealing with God because it's like, ooh, I'm dealing with God. I don't know, God is tied to Christianity and all that shit. No. I've showed you in my other video that the word God is tied to Freemasonry. Wisdom, strength, and beauty. Gomar, Oz, Dubar. Okay? So the word God is tied to Freemasonry. The word Gomar, the G in the Freemason square and compass, that G in the middle stands for wisdom. So it's about you getting divine wisdom, though. Not just wisdom from books, not some wisdom from school, not wisdom from your older auntie or older uncle, but the wisdom that you have within you. And what the wisdom you get from books, your auntie, your uncle, and things like that are only confirmations of things that are already nurtured in your spirit, or things that you are already nurturing in your spirit, right? A person watching this video or watching someone like this is not going to get the same thing versus somebody who watches fight videos all day, or somebody who watches, gossip videos all day and things like that, celebrity drama and things like that. You're not going to get the same thing, nor will you be attracted, because that is not your inner wisdom. That is not your inner light. That is not where you want to go or who you want to be. This halo that I have around my head, which is why I have two halos, right? It's about restriction. It's about boundaries. It's about having order. It's about having structure, right? It's about doing things on a continuous basis that are going to keep you high vibe, because the devil does not take a day off. These crackers are not taking a day off. And again, when I say cracker, I'm not talking about all white people. If you identify with a cracker, then you are a cracker, right? I'm not talking about all white people. So again, I've said this. Some people have incarnated as white people so that they can experience in this vessel, in that white vessel, what it feels like to be white. That's part of your journey in this reincarnation. You may come back the next one as a duck. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you lived your life, right? You may reincarnate as a duck. You may reincarnate as a black man. You may reincarnate as a Hindu. You may reincarnate as an Asian man. We need to stop worrying about the vessel and figure out how to utilize the vessel. We need to figure out how to utilize the vessel. Okay? Go back and watch the movie Get Out, because that's what they was talking about. Being black ain't enough. Being melanated ain't enough. So, full moon Aquarius. Aquarius, as I stated, is an air sign, okay? Aquarius deals with ideas, okay? It deals with knowing, not belief. It deals with knowledge, not belief. Not I believe, not I have an idea, not I have a good intention. It deals with knowing, okay? Knowledge, gnosis. Gnosis, ultimate knowledge, ultimate gnosis is wisdom, okay? Ultimate knowledge is wisdom. If you tell me, okay, oh man, if you tell me, yo, let's use this. You tell me, let's use something everybody likes, sex, right? So I'm a virgin, let's say, right? You tell me, and we've all been virgins, so we've heard stories. And go back to that space when you were a kid or whatever, when you were a virgin, right? And someone told you that you, give me one second. See, y'all think this halo is about freedom. Y'all think this halo is freedom. No, you get freedom via the restrictions that you put on yourself. But anyway, going back to my story, let's say someone tells you about sex, right? You don't know what sex is. You have no idea, but you have the knowledge of sex. You and I both know that ain't what sex is. Someone telling you about it. You reading about it. You watching it in porn. It's totally different than you actually having sex. 1,000,000%. When you have sex, guess what? Now you have wisdom about sex. You could tell me about crack and how crack affects you and what crack does to you all day long. I've never experienced being a crackhead. I've never smoked crack. So I don't know, right? I have no idea. So I don't have the wisdom that a crackhead would have or ex-crackhead would have in order to help someone or in order to gain an understanding of that lifestyle, right? So wisdom is knowledge that is applied. Knowledge is not power. That's bullshit. That's game. Knowledge ain't power. So many people out here woke and can't manage their life and can't make $1, can't get in a good relationship, can't help nobody, not healthy, you know what I'm saying? Not decent people, right? You don't want to be around them. You know, you don't like the way they talk to you. You get on these lives and you do one-on-ones with them and you're like, damn, this person's like this. Or you meet them, you're like, damn, this person's like this, right? And this is not to say these are perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I tell y'all that all the time, right? I got ups and downs like everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I try my best. You know what I'm saying? I put the work in, and I'm putting even more work in now because I have less distractions, and I've sectioned myself off away from people that are not really serving me. And that is a process that I've really been going through this whole month, getting back to people that have been serving me, giving my light to people that have been serving me and have been doing well by me, and just are able to push me forward and help give me ideas and vision, and even show me where I'm fucking up. Tell me the truth. Tell me what's really up. Tell me what's really good. You know what I'm saying? Be straight up with me. So knowledge, right? I know is really about developing wisdom. That's that Aquarius energy. We're going into the realm of Tahuti, right? You're going into the realm of Tahuti, or what you call thought, right? Ultimate thought is wisdom, and this wisdom comes from within. Comes from you unlocking your junk DNA where your ancestors reside, all right? And we're in Leo season. Of course, Leo season is a fire sign, okay? So that's that heat, okay? That's that hotness. That's the you doing. That's that left-hand path energy, okay? So, again, you have a balance right now between the right and the left brain. The left brain, logical, reasoning, calculative, segregative, right? Outer things, right? Which is where the Leo energy is. That's left-hand path energy, right? Working with altars, doing spell work, working with orishas, things like that. Then you have right-hand path energy, which is that Aquarius energy, right? Being creative, imaginative, ideas, right? Inner energy, right? So we have a balanced window right now, right? We have a balanced window right now. And Ganymede, which is the deity where Aquarius comes from, I did this in a video back then, Aquarius season is Baphomet season, but Ganymede, the water bearer, right, is gay. Ganymede is a boy, but he's actually the lover of Zeus, which represents Jupiter, right? Crazy story, but go look that up yourself, right? So it's a boy with a girl's inner, right? With a woman's inner core, right? So it's about balance, and that's what's happening. We got fires in the west, right? Fire in the west right now, and we have flooding in the east. Now is the time. Now is the time to step into your powers, to keep that energy high, okay? To stay in high vibes, okay? So the real statement, so Aquarius is I know, or we know, because Aquarius is also about the collective. This water, we're all made of water. We live on a planet, 75% water. We're 75% water. So we are all interconnected. We're all drinking the same water. And Aquarius is is not really a water sign, but Aquarius is an air sign. So we're all breathing the same air as well, right? So it's about the collective. There's no air that's for white people and air for black people and air for celebrities and We all breathe the same goddamn air. So it's an air sign. So what type of energy are you putting in the air? Okay, what type of energy are you putting in the air? So it's I know, and so it's really, if you combine them, and the fire sign, the Leo season, is about courage. Okay, it's about you stepping out of your comfort zone, you stepping out of the things that make you comfortable. There might be some assertiveness in some areas you need to get with. There might be a situation where you're with someone and you need to break up and you just haven't had the courage to do it. You might be in a situation where you need to learn a new skill and you haven't had the courage to do it, where you need to tap into something new and you haven't had the courage to do so. Now's the time. Universe is here and telling you, yo, now's the time. All right. And this is that Heru energy. The will, again, if you think about something that you've, again, going into a relationship, there's something that you ever wanted to stop, like a relationship, like stop eating a certain food, like stop doing something. You've usually had to avoid certain emotions, right? There may stop smoking, right? There may be an emotion where you want to smoke. You want to smoke a cigarette, right? But you, in order to stop smoking cigarettes, what you do is you say no. That emotion, that feeling of me smoking a cigarette, I'm going to ignore it, right? And then eventually you stop. It could be, you're not going to the gym or whatever, or you're not working out. You started working out. You say, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to still go. That's true willpower. That's true Heru energy. That's the Horus energy. Horus, word Horus comes from hour, right? Hour comes from the word Horus, I should say. And that's the 24-hour cycle of the day, right? The horoscope, the zodiac itself, right? And the 24 hours of the day. That's that Horus energy. So what are you doing? All right. Are you tapping into your divine will? How do you get yourself away from being emotionally involved? Is you have to have a higher purpose. Your higher purpose is you being healthier. Your higher purpose is you being smarter and wiser. Your higher purpose is you being spiritually sound and spiritually minded to get your downloads and to become the electromagnetic being at its maximum peak that you are. That's where your will comes in. And that's what Heru the Falcon is all about. Okay. Once these things happen, then this halo gets engaged. Right? Crown chakra, right? What they call the oversoul, or your over crown chakra, oversoul or over sun, because soul, S-O-L, means sun. So it is, so this the affirmation is, I will and I can, okay? I will and I can. The I will, or I know, actually, I'm sorry, I know and I can, right? Or we know and we can. If you're inspiring others, but inspiring yourself is, I know, I have the knowledge, you've gained the knowledge, you're listening to someone like me, maybe somebody else as well, right? You're getting the knowledge, and then you're doing. Regardless of emotional influence. Your emotions have to be tied into you becoming your higher self, your divine trinity, all right? And this is the work that we do. So this full moon is tonight, 10:36 p.m. Eastern time. It's a full moon, but what I would like y'all to do is put out water for the sun today. Okay, put out sun water for the next couple of days, and wherever you can put that water, in your windowsill and the backyard, whatever. Put out some sun water. All right, let it sit for a couple of days, right on your water, just like I showed y'all earlier. Okay, put out some sun water, ritualize it. Okay, put it on your, and you could do that if you want to put a couple of jars. Put one on your altar, right? Represent it. And what I like to do, it's gonna sound crazy, but what I like to do is if I put some water out like that, I like to say a prayer or affirmation, and I spit in that water. Right? And I stir it up to stir that affirmation. And yeah, I'm gonna drink it 3 days later. You may say, it's my own spit, but the results don't lie, okay? The results don't lie. So, and I've definitely seen results. So that is, yeah, and we're also having this other full. This is the unique thing about this particular full moon is there's going to be another full moon in Aquarius. The next full moon on the 22nd of August, I believe it is, where there's going to be another Aquarian full moon as well. So again, what is your air? What is the air about you? The air, Aquarius is an air sign, right? It's the water bearer, but it's the air sign, right? So think of water bearing. Let's look at water bearing real quick, okay? When you put a pot of water on the stove, if you don't light no fire to it, nothing happens, okay? If you don't light a fire to it, nothing happens. But once you light that fire, right, and it starts boiling, then guess what? You see the steam rising, okay? That's you doing the work. That's you doing the mental, the physical, and the spiritual work during this season. That is you lighting the fire of the pot that is you and letting that steam go. And that steam is your aura. That steam is your electromagnetic field. That steam is your energy. You want to say you're a Merkaba. You want to be real super spiritual, okay? You're a Merkaba, all right? That's what that is. So these two full moons are going to be very intense. And if you're not on your job, if you're avoiding, right, if you're in escapism, it's going to continue to bust your ass, as it should, because we need you. I need you. My daughters need you. My daughters need to be around your daughters and your sons. We need you to be your best self. And again, devil don't take a day off. Neither should you. So Aquarius, again, freedom, independence, uniqueness. What do I need to let go of? All right, big question. What do I need to release? And what do I need to replace what I release with? Okay, very important questions you want to write down. Hopefully, like I said last video, you guys have written your story. My name is Rob such and such. My name is Rob Blackstorm. I was born in Bronx, New York at blah, 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 blah. My mother's name is, my father's name is, and start from the beginning and write out your story so you can see the different parts of your story that you need to fix, okay? Then if you're in a relationship that's toxic, let it go. If you're in a relationship that's good, encourage it and enliven it, inspire the person that's helping you feel good, all right? Escape your comfort zone, all right? This is especially important for those of us that are in fixed signs like myself, the Tauruses, the Leos, the Scorpios, the Aquariuses, all right? This is really the time for a lot of us, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquariuses, fixed signs. There's really, we got to put in a lot of changes. We've got to step into outside of our comfort zone. Those of us that are in other signs, it'll be a little bit easier, right? But this is going to be very intense for those of us. I don't know if you guys feel it, but I've been feeling this shit heavy, okay? Heavy, 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 heavy. So again, this is what you want to get into. And again, this is not for you to just be woke. This is for you to rise above and get these ideas and get these downloads that are going to take you to where you go. Only you know your purpose. I don't know your purpose. I don't know why you're here. I don't know if you're here to be a carpenter. I don't know if you're here to be a fisherman. I don't know if you're here to be a male stripper. I don't know if you're here to be a thought. I don't know if you're here to do the back rubs, massages, be a masseuse. I don't know what your purpose is. You know what you love. You know what you like. You know the things you need to do to get there, right? I'm on my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be on my purpose. Are you? That's the question. And are you doing things to get you there? And part of that is escaping the comfort zone. Again, my Tauruses, my Leos, my Scorpios, my Aquarius, do something new. Step out of your comfort zone and be assertive about it and be confident about it. Know that it's going to work out in your favor. All right? Quick story. Spirit's telling me to tell y'all this. So I remember I would be like in clubs and shit, right? Well, and I like to dance. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things I love to do. I like to dance. I like to do my little 2-step or 3-step. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I don't know, Soul Train dancing and shit, right? But I like to do my little 2-step here and there, right? I like music. I love music, actually, right? One of my first passions is music. And then spirit or God, right? And I remember like being in clubs and I'm tall. I'm 6'3", I'm a big guy, like 230, 240, right? And I remember like I didn't want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really want people to see me dancing. Because I knew when I started dancing, a lot of eyes would be on me. You know what I'm saying? So I used to tell myself I'm shy. I used to tell myself I'm reserved. You know, these programs that we have. And if you're having that shy, reserved program, this Leo energy is the time to step the fuck up out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's time to do things that are not shy. Be brave, be bold, be courageous. Get that lion heart, all right? Get that lion heart, all right? Develop that. Get into your meditation so you can visualize it, so you can feel it. Listen to music. Nip's music, right? Nipsey Hussle's music right now is slapping. If you turn it on, don't believe me, turn it on for yourself and listen to a song. You're going to have a different energy. He has a different energy because of the season we're in, and he's an ancestor. You can work with Nip. Believe it or not. Yeah, I want to work with all these other ancestors. Nip is an ancestor. He did a lot here in recent times. He could help you now in recent times. Okay? Channel some energy. How does your uniqueness affect the collective? Okay, what is dope about you? What's fly about you? What's popping about you? What do you like that nobody else likes? What do you like that doesn't fit Fashion Week? What do you wear that doesn't fit Fashion Week? What do you listen to that maybe people don't listen to? What do you watch that maybe everybody's not listening to? Lean into it. Be bold about it. Post it on your social media. Talk to your friends. Talk to your new friends. You know what I'm saying? Let people know the truth of who you really are and what you really are. That's that Horus energy, which is Horus represents the sun, or if you're dealing with the Kabbalah, Tipperet, right? So that's that energy that we are under right now. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the planet of luck, goodness, and abundance. Okay? So this energy is here for you to tap into that flow state, right? You need to tap into that particular flow state. So how does your uniqueness affect the collective? Again, what are you here for? What's your purpose? What's dope about you? What makes you stand out? And a lot of times people don't want to stand out because they're afraid of the criticism. I, for one, was like that, all right? Thanks to me doing this YouTube journey and building with y'all, it's helped me a lot step out of my shell. It's helped me a lot to become more rational. It's helped me a lot. So I thank you guys for engaging with me. You know what I'm saying? I thank you guys for showing up. It means a lot to me whether you know it or not. And this is why I invest in new tools and doing things to make this look better so that you guys can have a better experience with the donations you guys give me. So I appreciate it. Now I'm going to stay to you all, okay? But I know I'm unique. This is the way I'm doing it is unique, no matter how many followers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the way I'm going to present it. What is your uniqueness? What's dope about you? What's great about you? Don't be a carbon copy of Bobby Hemmett or Brother Panic or Sister this or Brother this, or be yourself. Who are you? There's things great about you that nobody knows and the universe needs. That's the Aquarian energy. Your uniqueness, your independence, and your freedom, okay? Leo rules the fifth house. This deals with creativity. So the fifth house deals with creativity and children, okay? So you may need to give your children some extra energy today, right? To get that glow up. Give them a hug. You know what I'm saying? Send them a text. If you're not with them, tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Shine some light on them. You know what I'm saying? Because what you give, you get. The seeds you plant will grow flowers, okay? So what you give, you get. So put that energy out there, all right? Tap in with your children, see how they're doing. See how their light is shining. See how you can help their light shine, all right? Very important. Creativity, again, this is all I've been talking about. So we're not even going to get into that. If you don't know if creativity is not on your mind at this point, then log off, please. For real. And the sacral and solar plexus work, okay? So the sacral, so we have the chakra system, right? We're going up to 7 chakras. So you have the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, crown chakra, right? So we have those chakras, right? And so we're going from the root. The root is your basic shit, right? Food, clothing, shelter, right? Security, food, clothing, and shelter. That's the root chakra, right? The red shit, the devil shit y'all scared of, right? The red devil that y'all scared of is fear. Fear of you not being able to pay your bills, you not being safe, which is what the news plays on you every day. Your security, right? Your shelter, right? Your food. So they're always talking about this guy, there's a recall of this, there's an infection in this, there's a problem with that, right? So your food, your clothing, they got Fashion Week, They got influencers, right? They got all these things to tell you what to wear, how to dress, and if you don't do this, it's corny, right? But we all know, we've seen people innovate, right, and do things that were so-called corny, and then eventually everybody starts doing it, right? What's unique about you? What's creative about you? And so this sacral and the solar plexus chakra, the sacral part that's above the root chakra. The sacral part is when you're dealing with sacral, the root of sacral is sacred or secretion, right? The sacral or sacred part of you is your emotions. This is why the sacral chakra in particular deals with the gut or the lower abdomen, right above the root chakra, right? Which deals with the gut, the lower abdomen, and also your sexuality, right? Because your emotions are tied to your sexuality, believe it or not. Everything that you do is a sacred energy exchange. When you're watching reality shows, guess what? It has an influence. There's an energy exchange. You're watching it. You're taking in the energy from the reality shows. Women who watch a ton of reality shows during the week usually have problems in relationships. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I talk to a lot of women and I have female clients. I always ask them this when they talk about relationship issues. They're usually the ones who are watching a shitload of reality shows because there's a sacred energy exchange, all right? Guys who watch sports all day and fight videos, right? They're usually competitive about every goddamn thing. They're usually extra aggressive about every goddamn thing. And sometimes they need to fucking chill out and lay back, okay? Again, this is about your sacral, what are you secreting? It's also dealing with the endocrine system and the claustrum, which is the crown of thorns around your head, which represents this halo, but I ain't gonna get into that for time. You can look up that yourself based on me just saying it. But the sacred part of you is the part of you that is exchanging energy. Energy and motion is what your emotions are. So your connection to things, your connection to your childhood trauma, your connection to your mother, your connection to your father, your connection to your boo, your connection to your baby's mother, your connection to your baby's father, your connection to the people at work, your connection to et cetera, your environment, energy and motion, your energy connection, your sacred energy exchange. Okay, so when you think of the sacral chakra, you just think of sex, which is what sex, when you really want that sex, right? When you got lust for somebody, that's where it comes from as well. That's sacral chakra. That's where all the juices really are starting to flow from, right? With the secretion, sacral, sacred secretion. So going from the sacral chakra, which is orange, you're going into the solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus chakra is dealing with your inner light. The light that you are, and the inner light is your mental energy. Even though it's down here, right? So you got the root, your security, you feel secure, right? You're rising up the chakra shape. So you got your root, you feel secure about everything. You have your sacral, right? Where now that you got your security, right? You're dealing with how you can channel the energy of those places where you're secure, right? And some people are secure. There's people that are secure in absolute poverty, right? They still have an emotional connection. They still want to have sex. They still want to, you know what I'm saying? And this is not to knock anybody who is poor right now, because you go from poor to rich tomorrow. That's just how life is. You know what I'm saying? So the solar plexus chakra, so you have you're secure. Now you have this sacred energy, right? Of whatever you feel secure about. And now that sacred energy leads to your mental energy or your inner soul. Your soul is located in your solar plexus. So when you want to know where the soul is in your body, look at the solar plexus chakra. That is your mental energy. That is your inner light. That is what you are bringing to the surface, okay? That's that yellow energy. That is yellow, just like the sun, okay? This is where you really are tapping into your will. This is really where you are rising above the emotional influence of shit that doesn't serve you. Bill Cosby, Lil Nas X, Nicki Minaj, you know, whatever, the jab, all these things, the fear, all the news, all these things, right, that have nothing to do with making you better, have nothing to do with you getting out of situations, have nothing to do with your electromagnetic field, have nothing to do with your connection to ancestors and deities and the Neteru and the Neteris, right? Nothing. So this is also your mental energy is where you are dealing with overcoming criticism, most importantly, self-criticism. So your soul is how you are wired to rise. That is your inner sun, your inner light. What is it that makes you rise? Your solar plexus is really the house of your purpose. Once you have that solar plexus of that mental energy, then that heart chakra is engaged, okay? That will, that ultimate will, where you're connected to everything and you don't see polarities, you don't see black and white, right? You just see things for what they are, and you see things for energy, not their imagery. You see things for energy, not their imagery. One more time. You see things for energy and not their imagery. Now you're stepping into really heart chakra resonance. Now you're stepping into that inner child. Because think about it. Your inner child wasn't worried about racism. Your inner child wasn't thinking about Black Wall Street. Your inner child wasn't thinking about, you know what I'm saying, slavery. Your inner child wasn't thinking about the middle passage. Your inner child wasn't thinking about, oh, all our leaders get killed. Your inner child wasn't thinking about none of that. Your inner child wanted to play. Your inner child had a vivid imagination. Your inner child was always laughing and joyous. Your inner child wanted to be at peace. Your inner child wanted to create. You might have built forts. You might have been playing with your Barbie dolls or your, you know, I don't know what y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man of a certain age. I don't know what y'all playing with, Pokemons and shit like that, right? Your inner child, right? That's her root. If you look at Orset, my daughter's gonna kill me. I gotta get out of here. All right, if you look at Orset, and let me pull up to see if I tap in, if y'all tapped in. Yes, Aquarius, okay. Peace to Petite Princess, what's going on? Trinity, holla. Reese, what's popping? Titan on McWater, I shot you already. Still love. And yeah, Reese said Aquarius, up sign of Leo. Yeah, Petite Princess says it's an Aqua sun. I approve this message, okay? Flex, peace to Flex. Flex, drop your, if you're still here, drop your business in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let people know what's going on. Shout out to the King's Corner podcast. If I didn't shout you out already. All right. Live Lifestyle, I love Nipsey. Yeah, just had a dream. Yeah, a lot of y'all may be getting dreams about Nipsey. A lot of y'all may be getting the influences to move to listen to his music. I know it's been happening. Even when I did, if you guys look at the video I did yesterday, it was quick, 12 minutes. If you look at the video I did yesterday where I talked about Nipsey, I didn't even realize that Leo season had already, I had to change the title of my video because I didn't even realize Leo season. I did, but I didn't really realize like how tied it was to Nipsey at that time. Even though I had the knowledge, the wisdom wasn't there to connect it to. See the difference? So this particular energy is really about nurturing your sacral chakra, your sex, your sacred energy exchange, all right? Everything that you deal with, there is an exchange. When you go out into this environment, when you're in your home, when you're talking to your boo, right? When you're talking, there's always, if you're reading a book, me looking at this laptop, there is an exchange of energy. There is no way that you're going to be dealing with something and there's no exchange of energy. Or you're just not going to deal with it, right? That's why you could, those of us, you know, who live in New York, you know, we know that you could be, I could go down in Times Square and stand right on the sidewalk, me being tall and everything, and people just walking by and not really noticing. Okay? Because they're not engaged. So there's no sacred energy exchange. So the sacral chakra is, what are you exchanging energy with? What is on your day-to-day plate? Okay? And then your solar plexus chakra, what does your soul want? What does your soul need? What is it in your soul that's going to make you happy? Depression. I remember Star. Shout out to Star from Star and Buck Wild. I'll never forget he said this, and I remembered that. And it's helped me through a lot of things. And he said, man, and Star was a radio personality that used to be, he's still on YouTube, so shout out to Star. But he was saying that he said, I'm too busy handling business. I ain't got no time to be depressed. He said, I'm always handling business. I don't have time to be depressed. I'm always trying to make myself better. I don't have time to be depressed. And that shit resonated because it's like, yeah, when you don't have no purpose, when you don't have no goal, you don't have no direction. And even when all these niggas is talking about, yo, I want women to submit to me. Submit to what, nigga? Submit to what? You don't take care of your body. You have no goal. You have no plan. You have no purpose. You have no direction. You're not doing shit in your life, right? And I've been there, so I could talk shit to you about it, right? You know what I'm saying? She can't respect you because you're not doing shit for yourself, right? You can't give her any knowledge, really, but just some woke shit that you don't apply. Why should she submit to you? Why should she submit to you? For what? For what? She can't submit unless you got a mission. She can't submit unless submission. She got to submit to a mission. If ain't no mission, ain't nothing to submit to. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. You want 2 or 3 women, but you ain't got no you don't got no money. You don't got no place to take them. You don't even got a house. You don't even got an apartment. You don't got nothing. So you got to get yourself right first and foremost. Submit to some mission. A woman's not going to respect you if you don't got no purpose, bro. I can tell you that. I've been in that situation when I wasn't on purpose, and a real woman going to let you know. Real woman going to let you know, bro. And she's going to have some real expectations of you. Okay? And ladies, vice versa. You got to have a purpose too. Okay? You can't just be coming out here with meeting people with purposes and think you're just going to sit on your ass, because he is going to challenge. I know I am. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to see what you're doing. I'm going to see how you're living your life. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with you, I'm going to put ideas in your head. I'm going to be watching documentaries around you. I'm going to be watching YouTube videos around you. I'm going to be having conversations about deep shit, as well as fun shit, because I'm pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? I like to turn up and do shit like that too. But we're going to have deep conversations. We're going to talk about some shit that's not going to be normal. That's not going to be what everybody else is talking about. If you don't got no wisdom to match my strength, right, then you're just going to be what you are. And a lot of women, unfortunately, are just, and I'm not going to say it, y'all know what I'm talking about, are just that for a man, because ain't no wisdom. Ain't nothing to talk about. After I done slept with you 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no mental energy for me. You ain't got no mental energy for me. So where's the interest? Why am I still interested? Because you're pretty? Because you're a bad bitch? Nah, bro. Nah. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. So you gotta have a mission too. So I told y'all about making sun water. Another thing you could tap into is frankincense and myrrh, right? Get some incense, frankincense, and myrrh. I think I told y'all about that last video. But again, we still under that same cycle, right? That was a new moon. This is the full moon. So hopefully you're lighting your frankincense and myrrh incense. Hopefully you got your little crystals. Hopefully you got, I bought this out for you. This is my myrrh. Okay. This is my frankincense. Put these in a candle. Regular ass white candle. Light it. Okay. Don't put too much. Light it. There you get the scent. Okay. You get these crystals online. Okay. And this will help open up your, I don't want to get too scientific for this, but this will help open up your amygdala and your hippocampus. Your amygdala takes in the emotion and your hippocampus stores it, okay? We'll say that for another video. So yeah, if you have pets, okay, nurture your pets, okay? Ultimately, again, this is your inner child you're trying to nurture, right? Don't make this so complicated. Your inner child, your inner child knows what it wants. Your inner child wants healing, first and foremost. Your inner child wants to be embraced. Your inner child wants you to go for it. Your inner child wants you. When you were a kid, you'd walk up on anybody of any race, any look, any style, and you might give them a hug. I remember when my daughter was little, she would give everybody, damn it, to the point where I had to be like, yo, stop hugging everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know them like that. But that's how children are. You know what I'm saying? They're not weighed down. Their hearts are light as a feather. And he whose heart is light as a feather will enter the kingdom of heaven. He whose heart is as light as a feather will enter the kingdom of heaven. Y'all are weighed down by so much bullshit that doesn't affect you. So many police brutality shootings where these people get paid millions of dollars and you still struggling to pay your rent, but you wasting your emotions on them. I've done it. And that's telling you something I haven't done. But I've gotten past it thanks to my ancestors giving me the wisdom to say, hold up, this ain't what it is. Or guiding me in the direction of someone who's like, yo, look at it this way. This ain't what it is. Then I say, yeah, you're right. This ain't what it is. Because my inner wisdom is guiding me to get that information. Y'all are connected to a lot of shit that even the stuff, and no disrespect, even the stuff that's happening in Africa, okay? You ain't in Africa. You're in America. I'm not saying not to have empathy. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, the ability to feel what someone else is feeling. As melanated beings, that's natural to us. That's what we do. That's who we are. That's what we're hardwired to be empaths. So when people say, oh, I'm an empath, I'm an empath, it ain't really that special, sis. It ain't really that special, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're melanated. You got solar resonance. You're an empath by nature. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds cool and it looks good on Facebook and Instagram and all that. Oh man, this channel is coming through, y'all. All right. So our inner child, Damien Omar Lee said, so our inner child is our God self. Bing, 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 bam, 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 bam. Hold up, Damien. I'm gonna give you the horn, man. I'm gonna give you the horn. Hold up. Okay, is it gonna play? Hold on. Oh no, I ain't gonna play because I gotta close YouTube. Hold up. Yes, that is it. This particular, hold up, let me do a screen share real quick. And I'm gonna get out of here soon. Hold up. This is perfect. So you see how they have in this particular image. So this is Osset, what you call Isis, and this is Heru, what you call Horus, right? So if you notice, they've kept remixing this image, right? So they have Ma-Re and Yahuwah, right? And then you have Mary and Jesus. As I told you, Jesus is Jupiter Zeus, okay? Before, so check that video out. Jesus, Jupiter Zeus, right? They got Jew Zeus plus Zeus, which is interesting. Some interesting spell work, verbal spell work, right? Because remember, the spells come from the Heka. They come from the throat chakra, what they call the Heka, okay? So, and also another thing while I'm bringing this up, tap into your lion energy is about you roaring as well. So you need to shout and say these affirmations, say these things that you want, say this new character that you're becoming out loud. It needs to be out loud. Say it to your mirror, say it in your room, say it in your living room, say it in the park. But say it while you got your headphones on, you're walking, so people don't think you're crazy, right? Or fuck what they think. Just say this shit out loud and make a song out of it, right? But make sure it has some emotional resonance as well. They'll just say, oh, I am abundant. Oh, I am wise. I am a feeling. No, make sure it has some emotional resonance to it, right? Primarily, do what the same people that y'all always talk about, the Illuminati, the Boule, and all these people y'all scared of, right? And every celebrity's part of, do what they do. Use music in your rituals. Look at all these award shows. They use music. Look at the Super Bowl. They use music. Use music in your rituals to boost them up. I done gave y'all a musician. It's up to you. But yes, to answer the big homie's question. The inner child, this is the goal, to nurture this inner child. The inner child of Horus and Heru, what happens is Horus fights Set. The Commission story is Horus. Let me get out of this. I just want to show y'all this. But the Commission story is Horus fights Set to avenge his father's honor. Set, which you guys know is Satan, right? But Horus fights Set. On the day, Set rules the night, Horus rules the day. So Horus fights Set during the day. Right? So Horus fights Set during the day. And at night, you know what I'm saying, Set is basically with Osiris in the underworld, for lack of a better term. So Heru is always avenging his father, but that inner child or that inner father is the same father that they told y'all about in Christianity, which is God, right? Or Jehovah or whatever, not Jesus, but God. So yes, your inner child is going to bring you to the place of peace, happiness, contentment. And peace is I've said this many times, peace is the ultimate goal of this work that we're doing, is to be peaceful, okay? You want to not have as many struggles as the next man. And if you are having many struggles or challenges, you want to be able to get the gifts, the talents, and the resources and the help you need via your electromagnetic field. So yeah, you're fighting every day as a Heru to maintain that inner child, to maintain that inner innocence. You know what I'm saying? As the Bible says, not to be childish, but childlike. Not to be childish, but childlike. And even think about the people that you look at and the people that you admire. They usually are funny, right? They usually have something going on. They're usually adventurous. I mean, these are all the things that Instagram influencers have, right? They're taking trips everywhere. They look like they're having great fun. They're always smiling. With a martini on the beach, right? They look like they're engaged in their inner child. If you really think about success, the way it's viewed as you living a childlike life, doing what you want, being free. That's Aquarian energy as well. Being free, being unique, right? Well, I won't say the Instagram influencers are being unique, right? But those things are representations, trips, having fun, going to parties, right? All these things are, as a kid, you traveled everywhere. You wanted to go everywhere. You want to explore everything. You had a curiosity about the world. That's childlike. That's childlike. As a kid, all you want to do is have fun, laugh, you know what I'm saying? Get tickled, you know what I'm saying? Be up under your mama or your daddy, right? Enjoy yourself. That's childlike energy, right? Childlike energy is the goal. When you was a kid, you was peaceful. You was peaceful. Now, I know a lot of people have traumatic, you know what I'm saying, including myself, but there's traumatic things that may have gone on in your youth as well. But for the most part, you don't remember it, and if you do remember it, you do remember that it were a lot more peaceful times than they were not, even if those peaceful times were just you going to school to escape the abusive motherfucker you was living with, right? So, yes, that is an excellent revelation. All right. Now, so engage during these next 3 days in some good food. Get some food that you love, crab legs, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I wouldn't say get a steak, but get something light, you know what I'm saying? Like some crab legs, some fish, you know what I'm saying? It's the Aquarius season. So get something light. And if you don't like fish, that's cool. If you're allergic to fish, get whatever you want. Who am I to tell you what to get, right? Get whatever you want. Get whatever makes you feel good and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Step into that space where a lot of people restrict themselves from doing things. Oh, this is too much. Oh, I can't do this because, they're going to look at me different. A lot of people don't live their best life because they're worried about what other people are going to say about it. But other people are going to say shit about you regardless whether you live it or not. So the best thing to do is live it unapologetically. You know what I'm saying? This is how you become a solar superhero, okay? You got to live it unapologetically. And again, don't forget your lion's roar, okay? Which is you saying your affirmations out loud. Sound baths, you can look at a sound bath. They got sound baths all over YouTube, sound baths for different chakras. All right, I suggest tuning into the sacral and And especially now that we're going into a waning moon after these 3 days, so you could keep this solar energy on peak, so you could alleviate again these childhood traumas, so forth and so on, and make these character changes so that you can step out and be bold and be courageous and stop being so fearful and so anxious, have all this anxiety about everything. The thing about solar energy is all about the future. The sun sets, but the sun comes out. Sun set, right? Satanic, Saturn, rings of Saturn, right? Saturn, Satan. Again, I want to demystify this shit for you. All right. So sound baths. Also, one of the things that I did recently, I went out with my coworkers and shit. Shout out to my coworkers, man. One of them, he was like, yo, I know you're into hip hop, man. Come with me to this concert. And we had a good time, man. We went to this Rock Marciano concert and shit. And, you know, he's seeing me in there, but he's also seeing me rock. He saw me with my eyes closed. And he's like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, why your eyes closed? You all right? You know what I'm saying? But what he didn't realize, I'm like, yo, I'm just doing some programming. And, you know, he looked at me, but I guess he didn't really understand. And I didn't really want to explain everything to him. If you're curious enough, you're going to ask me after the club. That's how I do people. I ain't just going to give you free reign of my emotions and my energy and my spirit. Not anymore. If you show me you're interested in this, if you show you have a curiosity of what I'm doing and me being me and me standing in my godhood, great. If not, you're gonna get matrix robbed. You're gonna get matrix robbed, and that's okay, because everybody don't deserve the best of you, and you need to know that yourself. Everybody don't deserve all your good energy. You need to know that yourself. Energy is very limited. We only have a limited time here, so give your best to your best. But he didn't. But I was telling him, I was like, yo, I'm programming. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm doing is I'm using. And a lot of y'all are going to be going to concerts. You're going to be going to festivals. You're going to be doing different things. So now things are opening back up, right? Use those spaces. Use these concerts. Use these shows. Use these different things as ways for you to harness and move energy, as ways for you to engage in who and what you need to be. Okay? Use these. Because that's what your ancestors did. Go back and watch The Matrix 1. If you haven't watched The Matrix 1, please go watch that this weekend. Please. If you haven't watched The Matrix Trilogy, please go watch it this weekend. Please, I beg you. Please. Because that is, The Matrix Trilogy is about becoming the solar Heru. It's becoming a God body. It's becoming an Osiris. It's becoming Obatala. It's going from Malkuth to Keter. Please watch that. But in The Matrix, what did they have? They had a whole scene where they were partying before they I think it's Matrix, the last Matrix actually, Matrix I think it's Revolutions. They had a whole big party before they were going to fight the machines. That was a whole ritual of them using music, them using a concert space. And then after that, right, they had a scene where Trinity and Neo had sex, okay, engaging in that sacral chakra, harnessing that energy, okay? Use these concert spaces, use these trips that y'all taking, these vacations y'all taking, these parties y'all going to. Use these spaces as ways to harness energies, as ways to program your thoughts with affirmations and your visualizations. Engage the left and the right brain. Put a visualization to the affirmation, put an affirmation to the visualization. Okay, so use these concerts as ritual spaces, okay? Use this buck moon energy to buck yourself up out of mire, buck yourself out of anxiety, buck yourself out of depression. The energy is here, all right? So yeah, I think we pretty much touched everything. What you can do also, if you really want to get deeper into this, you could take a spirit bath. And the spirit bath for this particular energy, you want to use mugwort. Mugwort will help you. Now, mugwort, as you guys know, well, some of you may know, may not know, it's an energy that helps help you expand your psychic abilities. So it's also a dream agent. So if you take or drink mugwort tea before you go to bed, usually your dreams are more vivid, your visions are more vivid. You can even lucid dream easier. When you take that in a bath and you apply that to your body. Now, when you take a spirit bath, this is what you do. You're going to get the mugwort. I think, I got it here for y'all. All right. So you get the mugwort, right? Pour some in the pot, let it boil, right? After you let it boil, let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes. Just let it sit there and get darker, right? The darker the better. Even if you want to leave for an hour, the darker the better, right? Then you might want to reheat it because it might be cold. If it's not, if it's warm, that's okay. You're going to take that pot, right? Or that bowl or whatever, you strain it, right? And then you're going to take your regular shower, right? Or take your regular bath, clean yourself off, right? And again, you don't have to literally be in a bath. You can be in a shower. And then once you wash your body with the soap and everything and cleanse yourself, you're going to pour that on your head and pour it all over you. Okay? And then you're going to towel dry yourself. Pat dry. So that energy stays on you. And what this is going to do is this is going to help you tap into that same energy of the tea that you're drinking. Your psychic abilities. Okay? For you to download the things that you need. For you to get the help from your ancestors, your great-great-great-great-grandma, your great-great-great-great-grandfather, okay? Because when you're going into the dream world, which is what mugwort does, guess what? You're going into the underworld. You're going into the multiverse. Shout out to Loki, okay? The alien disclosure is coming soon, okay? Whether they Project Blue Beam it and do some fake shit, or whether they really come, okay? All these things that this variant, Delta variant, this variant, but Loki's talking about variants in a show. Okay, remember, Thanos said there's going to be a snap where half the population is gone. Okay, we're living in a Thanos snap. Or isn't there the Roni out here, right? People are dying, and not only because of the Roni, people are dying from depression, from being locked up in a house all year, right? For their lives and their businesses being upended, okay? And people just getting sick, right? And people just being depressed. So are we not living in the Thanos snap? Marvel is modern day mythology. Okay, if you follow these Marvel movies and you're able to decode them and see the signs and symbolisms, you'll realize that it is modern day. That is the mythos. When they're looking 3000 and they go back to 2000, they're going to, the same way we follow like the book of coming forth by day and, you know what I'm saying, all these ancient texts and shit, the Kabbalion and things like that, they're going to look at Marvel movies the same way. Because they're literally lined up with the things that are happening today. So step into your power, because it's not always going to be like this, right? This energy is going to shift later on during the year, but we'll get into it. And of course, the gems you want to tap into, Tiger's Eye, Super Solar Gem, okay? To get you, if you're too aggressive and too assertive, right? You may not want to tap into the Tiger's Eye unless, you're trying to tap into it for a specific purpose. Physical or tangible purpose, right? You're trying to get some energy. But if you're already assertive and aggressive, you might just want to get some garnet, right? Get you some rubies, get you some even some amethyst, things that are going to make you cool. Get you some what's another? Damn, I can see it right now. Selenite. What's another one? Any blue stone, right? Any blue crystal, actually. Those are crystals you want to, if you know you're already too aggressive, too assertive, but if you know you're not aggressive and assertive enough, then you want to get into the Tiger's Eye, you want to get into the bloodstones, right? You want to go into this yellow, these red, you know what I'm saying? These orange crystals, right? I don't got to go through all of them. You guys know what red, orange, look at the crystals, look at the colors, the ones that are on the upper tier of the chakra system. If you know you're aggressive, deal with those, right? If you know you're not aggressive enough, right? Deal with the yellow, if you're aggressive, if you know you're extra aggressive, deal with the upper chakras, right? Because that's where you're imbalanced. So you want blues and you want purples, crystals. If you're not aggressive enough and assertive enough, then deal with the reds, the yellows, and the oranges, crystals. Okay? And if you need some bread, right? If you need we all need bread, right? But if you having a serious money issue, tap into the green crystals, okay? Not to say you don't need them, you know what I'm saying, or we all don't need money, but you know if you're in a monetary emergency, you know what I'm saying? So tap into any green color crystal. And yeah, this is becoming a superhero, All right, let me see. Let me type back in with y'all. Yeah, Damon Omar Lee said, my son. Exactly. Yo, bro, you on it right now. Yeah, another one for you, bro. Yeah, my son, exactly. Mother, son, or set in Heru. May, son, mother, son, or set in Heru. Isis and Horus. That's what May, son comes from, the builder. But the building is from within. The building is from the mother, the wisdom center. Yes, and the sun is the light that you get when you enact your wisdom. So yes, my son. Exactly. All right. Shout out to Damon. Um, all right. Yes, King's Corner. Buck the system. Exactly. Um, all right, King's Corner podcast. Yeah, I like to smoke with cannabis too. Yeah, I think I talked about the other video or the last live I did. My shirt was on Linty. I didn't realize it was Linty, but anyway, y'all still responding to that, so that's dope. But yeah, I like to smoke cannabis with mugwort, but I've been actually dealing with a lot of Damiana lately. It's been giving me a lot of revelations, especially when I smoke it in nature. Okay, and of course, you guys connect with nature. You know, I've talked about that the last video, but now is the time to be outside. Now is the time to get those solar rays. Now is the time to get a little darker. Now is not the time to be scared of the sun. Now is not to say it's too sweaty. Take more showers. I mean, you know, like take a couple more. Take instead of one shower, take 2 showers. Take 3 showers. Right? You'll be all right. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? But go out and get that solar energy because you need to open up not only your chakras, not only get the chakras mean wheels, so not only get them spinning, but you need to get that energy. You need to get, this is an energy game that we're playing. This is an energy game. Everything is energy. So the more energy you have, the more you're able to overcome obstacles, the more you're able to be who you need to be. Okay? I ain't telling you how to do nothing crazy and, you know what I'm saying? Oh, cut a cat's ear off and, you know what I'm saying, put it in a pot and then put some hot sauce on it. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you how to do none of that. Not to say that those combinations are not going to work, but this particular season is not about that type of spell work. It's not about killing animals. It's not about sacrificing this. This spell work is you becoming the spell. You becoming the magic. You becoming the altar. You becoming the wisdom. You. And you got to work towards that. You got to do some shadow work. You got to do some meditation. You got to do some scripting. You got to do some journaling. You got to do some goal setting. You got to avoid people, places, and things that don't emotionally connect to the people, places, and things you want to be. You got to get, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, I'm going to close with this. This is Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? And I was watching a video of him yesterday. And he was saying that most people are stuck in the familiar past, right? They're stuck in what's fixed. They're stuck in their childhood trauma. You know, we all got childhood trauma. We all do. A billionaire, you think a billionaire doesn't have childhood trauma? You think because they have a whole bunch of money that their childhood trauma just disappeared? Have you ever been around somebody that's wealthy or has some money? If you haven't, let me tell you, they got trauma too. Okay? These rappers definitely have trauma. You could see that in the lyrics, right? So they have trauma too, even though they're successful. So he said most people are stuck in their familiar past. It's very easy to do. It's very easy when you have the same friends. It's very easy when you're in the same environment. It's very easy when you have a rituals. Go check my last video. It's only 12 minutes long. When you have rituals that are conducive to your non-well-being. When you have rituals that have nothing to do with the betterment of you. It's just simply escapism. Strictly escapism. Watching bullshit. Smoking bullshit. Some people's escapism is cleaning the house. Some people's escapism is cleaning everything around and in the house all the time. Because they don't want to face themselves. They don't want to wake up and meditate. They don't want to take time to do these things. They don't want to furnish their altar. They don't want to put water on their altars. They don't want to even have an altar. But they woke. They can tell you everything about the government, Trump, Biden, the aliens. Watch who you watching, yo. How the fear in society and how the government is going to, the government by November they're going to be dropping bombs. So watch out. It's feeding you the same fear on YouTube that you left the news from. I'm not here to give y'all fear. I know the world's crazy. You know the world is crazy. I ain't going to give you more of that fear for this YouTube algorithm or for you to say, oh shit, yeah, that's right. No. We're about growth, we're about development, and we're about self-mastery. We're about becoming peaceful in our lives. We're not about the fear and the drama. The goal is to become at peace. The goal is to be namaste, I see the God in you. The goal ultimately is to be, and so we got it. So from that, what I was saying, from that familiar past, we got to start programming our future. Programming our future changes not only our minds, but it changes the chemicals in our body. It changes neurons that fire together, rewire together. Our brains change. The wrinkles in our brain start to change, right? Our hippocampus heals, the seahorse that we've been beating up with bad emotions and stress, right? We start to see things clearly. We start to see other people that have good for us, and we start to see clearly other people that have bad intentions for us. You can't do that if you're clouded in smoke, if you're clouded in stress, if you're clouded in drama, if you're clouding in all the issues. We all have issues in our life, but what are you doing about them? You think this setup I have here is not an energy harnessing tool? You goddamn right it is. You goddamn right it is. Because there's an energy exchange. Oh shit, here's the call. I knew it was coming. All right, guys. I was going to take some questions, but I got to go. So get into a new future. Fuck the familiar past. Get into your Kang energy, those of you who saw Loki. You are a time traveler. The past you can't change. You could prune it and put it into the void, Loki reference. You could prune it and put it into the void. You could change it. You could remix it. You could remodel it, the past, right? But it's fixed for the most part. But there's energy attached to the past. So that's why you have to remix, remodel it, and create new scenarios and new situations about those issues that happen. Now, I told you I was doing work with my mother. Now the work that I'm doing is healing my fatherhood trauma. I'm working on healing my fatherhood trauma from him not being there. So I love basketball. Guess what? My meditations, me and him is at the basketball game. Me and him, he's showing me how to shoot basketball. Did it happen in real life? No. But the energy around him not being there when I was doing that is what's hurting me, and it's what's weighing my heart down. So I got to do work to heal that. I got to harness energy to heal that. I got to heal my sacral and solar plexus chakra. And it is a religious thing. It's something that I have to do on a ritualistic basis because it didn't just happen one day. So I need the full 28-day cycle, maybe another 28-day cycle too on top of it, next new moon. If I don't see, again, just like I showed you our last video where I got the confirmation from my mom, where I was visualizing me dancing with her in the kitchen and she sent me dancing videos, right? When I get my other confirmation and I'm doing the right thing and I'm on the path, then I can slow up and go to the next level. There's no coincidence, only confirmation. The universe will show you where you are going, all right? And I said that was the last thing, but one more thing. Melanated people, remember, we are not the crack, okay? We are not. We are unique, okay? We are unique. We actually are the water tribe, if you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I won't go into that. But Ubuntu is a Zulu phrase that means I am because we are. Shine your light. Provide information and inspiration on your social media platforms, with your friends, with those that want to hear it. Well, in social media, fuck who wants to hear it. Just do it. But provide light, provide inspiration, show what you love, show what you're into. Even if you think it's corny, if you think it's crazy, if you think it's odd, create another page, right? Create another page. I got another page for the odd shit y'all never know about. But that's part of me that needs to be expressed. So I express it on that page. Express yourself. Be creative. Show your greatness. Shine your light. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something different. The next 3 days, do something totally out of your comfort zone. If you don't eat sushi, try some sushi. If you're a man, you don't step to women, step to a woman. If you're a woman, you don't wear certain clothes, wear that clothes, go out. Take yourself out on a date. Love on yourself. But I am because we are means that each one teach one. The light you shine helps me shine my light. The light you shine helps your children shine their light. The light you shine helps other people get the courage to shine their light. And this has become a superhero. Here, Root. Let me see if I got a couple more comments and I gotta get the book out of here. All right. All right. Caesar, okay, so, oh, you can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Type of 1 if y'all can hear me. Somebody said volume. Can y'all hear me? Myron said, how do I tap into creativity? How did you tap into creativity as a child? No one needed to tell you when you were a child, right? How to be creative. No one needed to tell you as a child. Okay, Trinity said 1. All right, so y'all can hear me. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, that when you would go back to that space, go back to your inner child and ask him or her. Wait, who said this? I want to. Yeah, King's Corner said lapis lazuli. Exactly, another blue crystal you can check out. Who said that about Myron? Okay, I'm assuming. Well, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, so I'm gonna just say, yeah. When go back to your inner child, that's part of you doing the meditation work. Go back into your inner child. Go hug that inner child this weekend, man. If you never hugged your inner child and you never went within and did your meditation work and did some breath work, go back and hug that motherfucker. Go do some shit that you did as a child that you love. Some things that might be playing with toys. Play with some toys. Get a Barbie and play with it. You know what I'm saying? Tap back into that part of yourself that has been hurt, broken, weighed down with the troubles of the world. That's how you tap into the creativity. Ain't no spell. If you got 2 hands and 2 feet, you're creative. And you got a brain, you're creative. So that's how you tap into that. And another way is to go in nature. Okay? Nature will tell you how to be creative. Shit, pick up some dirt and make a dirt pile. Creation. Okay? Sorry about it. I didn't know how long. Emma said, you crazy. Yes, I am. Thank you. Damien said, and your energy is currency. That is correct. Your energy is the biggest currency on the planet. And Melanie said, currently writing letters to my mother and father who are both deceased, but the healing is still needed. Yes. And look, Melanie, the healing is not a one-day thing, you know. Ultimately, what you want to do is you want to start on new moons whenever you're trying to heal. Now is a full moon, and, you know, society hypes full moons now because they call this shit new age, even though it's our indigenous culture. This shit was never new age to us, new age to them. But you're wait a second. Melanie, yeah, so you heal your mother and father whom are both deceased, yes, but you could still create these scenarios that even though they're deceased, create scenarios that are in your favor. You know, the thing about your imagination is, you know, a lot of people say, oh, that's imaginary, right? Oh, I can't do that. That's not real. How long did you believe in Jesus as being your Lord and Savior? That's not real. How long did you believe that Jesus is going to come back and save you? How long did you believe that Columbus discovered America? How long did you believe that she loved you or he loved you before you found out it was bullshit? We believe in a lot of things that aren't real. So why not use the belief in something that's quote unquote not real in a holographic universe that is pretty much fractals and made of energy that's not real anyway. It's nothing but atoms that are vibrating on a high frequency. Why not use that and we always talk about create your own reality. So go back to your childhood, create your own reality. Go watch Avengers Age of Ultron, where Tony Stark is talking about he went back into his past, and I forgot the name of the machine. Shit. And I got to get out of here, so I can't really take the time to think about it. But go back into your childhood and reprogram your reality. I told you I'm creating a scenario with my father where we're playing basketball, where he's showing me how to shoot. I got to heal that trauma from him if I want to get to the next level. Okay? With my mother, I did something with me and her dancing in the kitchen. These are things I've never done with them. But over the repetition of me visualizing it over and over and over while I'm walking, while I'm doing my meditation, while I'm in the shower, while I'm taking a shit, harnessing energy, okay? Having this vision, and having the affirmations around it. You know what I'm saying? I love my mother. I love my father. You know what I'm saying? Having the affirmations tied to it. No matter what they really did. Really did. But we say you create your reality. So what's real is what you say is real. Understand that. Your third eye that we always talk about that sounds so cool, what is it for? Is it just for us to say, oh, we got a third eye? Is it just for us to say, oh, we got dreams? Is it just for us to say we got downloads? Or is it really a third eye that we could create our own visions with? That's the question you got to ask yourself. King's Corner Podcast. Reality is nothing but lies that are agreed on. Yo, what am I on? Damon, visualization is I can't keep giving you horns, bro, but you on it. Damon Omar Lee said visualization is imagination for grown folks. Facts. 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 I'm going to say that again, just so the people who watch the replay can see that. Visualization is imagination for grown folks. God damn it, that shit is classic. Matter of fact, I'm going to screenshot that, Damon. Thank you. I think I'm going to do a whole video on that. So visualization is imagination for grown folks. Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. So Melanie, I hope that helped if you still are here. Who else? So said, I think I answered all your questions. So this is the question I want to get in. So Caesar, he said, what to do if I get excited while retaining seed? Transfer versus celibacy. I'm going to tell you what to do if you are excited when you are retaining seed. You retain your seed. You retain your seed, bro. Like, that's it. But I'm gonna give you a tip. I'm gonna give you a tip. I need you to get some, because you need knowledge, right? You need knowledge so that you could get the knowledge so that when you do have sex, you're able to enact that and gain wisdom, right? So I want you to get this book. I want you to get any book by this particular gentleman. Some of y'all may know where I'm gonna go, but if you do, shut up. All right. You see this shit? They call him a fraud. You gotta watch these people. You gotta watch Google. You gotta watch all these sites, because especially Wikipedia, because they will tell you everything is fraudulent and have all sorts of excuses. But so this particular guy, Mantak Chia, he has a number of books. One of the greatest books I've ever read is one of his books on sexuality, and thankfully I read it as a 18-year-old. Okay, and it's helped my sex life immensely. All right, Mantak Chia. is Mantak Shia. Because you don't want to get a BDR, bro. And a BDR is bad dick report. You don't want to get one of those. So, Mantak Shia books. I think it's this is the book. Let's see if they have it. Any one of these books is actually great, right? This is a good one. Awaken Healing Energy Through the Thou. If you have any interest, but the particular, no, I didn't want to do that. The particular book I'm looking for is, there it is, it came to me. Because Holding Your Seed is really about, so this is the book, The Multi-Orgasmic Man. Holding Your Seed is really about it's really about breathing. It's a breathing technique. So when you hold your seed, right, what you're doing, you're breathing in, you're breathing out, right? It's more of an inner breathing. And what you're doing is you're channeling your seed. So you're channeling your semen. So for instance, I'll be having, so hopefully you got this book. I'm gonna go back to full screen, right? Screenshot this if you need to. But holding your seed, so it's basically you want that energy. When you were about to hit the two things you can do. One thing, when you're using the bathroom, right? When you're going to pee, start holding your urine. So pee, when you feel that pee stream, hold it, right? For maybe hold it as long as you can, right? Until you can't no more. Then let it go. Then do it again. Do it like 3 times during the pee stream. This is there's a muscle, I forget the name, and I'm not going to think about it because I got to go. There's a muscle that holds I forgot, somebody might put it in the chat, but I think it's not the perineum, but it's another muscle in the penis that holds, when you hold back from peeing, that's what that muscle. So you're strengthening that muscle when you do it. Do that. But also you're going to have to learn to meditate again. When you learn to meditate, when you get into these breathing techniques, I got plenty of videos going to them, but when you learn how to meditate, and you get these breathing techniques, when you're at the peak of your orgasm, you squeeze that same muscle that you use to hold your urine. When you feel like you're about to bust and you're super excited and that vagina is just squeezing and they got that, you know what I'm saying, that Hulk, you know what I'm saying, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Stone Cold grip on you, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, damn, I'm about to bust. You stop, right? And if you've been piping it right, she's going to be cool with you stopping for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You stop, and usually you're in a certain motion when you're about to get there. You stop, breathe, and let that energy rise. You're going to feel that energy rise from your penis to your spine. You're going to feel it rise from your penis to the spine. You're going to feel it start to rotate, and that's what you want. You want that energy to start to rotate through your body. Now, when this is happening, right, and you finally start stroking, this is the cheat code I'm giving you. I don't really give this to nobody. The cheat code is, once you do that and you're about to start stroking again, start your visualizations. Start your affirmations while you're stroking. Okay? That's how you use semen retention on an esoteric level, right? Semen retention will give you energy. It'll give you power. It'll give you sexual attraction because your pheromones are on high because you have so much semen that you have retained, right? But when you are in semen retention, that's how you do it. And that's how you do it esoterically in order to really do sex magic as a man. A woman doesn't have to do that. We'll get into that at another time. So hopefully that answered your question. All right. I think that's all I got for y'all. I've done 2 hours after I said I want to do. Yeah. Yo, Damon, you need a YouTube channel, bro. Start your nigga. If you don't got a channel, start that shit today. I told you that. All right. Maybe this is a sign from me to you. If you don't got no channel, start that shit today. For real. You need one. I'll be your first subscriber. Okay? Start your channel today. And if any one of y'all out there that want to start a YouTube channel, it ain't that hard. Go back, you see my old videos. I was way worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not where I want to be with this, but I'm getting better with more practice. And thank you guys for staying with me, those who you have been. If you have been here, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Share this with somebody that may need it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a long-ass video, but you guys have, guys who may watch the replay on the weekend. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you have fun with your friends, family, and loved ones. I hope you have somebody to make love with so you can do some sex magic yourself, right? And let's stay on our Leo energy. Let's stay on our marathon energy. Let's stay on that champion energy. Peace, power, and prosperity, y'all. Rob Blackstorm. I love y'all. Stay up. And keep your halos on. And don't let nobody tilt your motherfucking crown. And if they are tilting your crown, tell them to step the fuck off. Say Rob told you that.